Hello and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. As some of you know, yesterday we streamed uh, the senator's marathon speech, the Democratic senator from New Jersey. We streamed the speech over here. The first part of it, anyway. The second part. The first part started the evening before, and so I started streaming it sometime early that morning, and I went all the way through. I'm thinking about putting that in members. It's so very long. I just don't think there, and it's, on so many platforms, his own TikTok. Um, I don't think there's any need for me to just keep it up on my channel. So I'll either unlist it or put it in my membership. I'm not sure which one, but I just wanted to bring a quick update since we did stream that yesterday and just talk about um, how everything turned out. As you also may know, he did break the record for the longest Senate floor speech yesterday. So let's go over here and see what they had to say about it on the MSNBC News. So it reads, Cory Booker's marathon speech started off solo. It became a team effort. The New Jersey senator's record-breaking speech denouncing the Trump agenda became the rallying point for a demoralized party. All right. And so that's one of his let's see, is his name up there? It's not. That's another Democratic senator up asking him a question. So Senator Cory Booker, Democratic senator of New Jersey, took the Senate floor on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and resolved to retain it for, end quote, as long as I'm physically able. He did so through the night and into the morning, reading out loud from letters and emails from the everyday Americans hurt by President Donald Trump's arbitrary and painful spending cuts. Late Tuesday afternoon, Booker was still speaking, leaning on the podium at times, but determined to keep going. It wasn't technically a filibuster that Booker conducted. It wasn't talking to delay a vote or any specific agenda item. Instead, Booker said, in giving his marathon speech, he was, in quote, disrupting the normal business of the United States Senate after watching his heroic 25-hour-long effort in which I'm inputting here. He broke Strom Thurmond's Senate speech record at 24 hours and 18 minutes. So he went well beyond that. I say our country would be better off if promoting the values Booker lifted up was the normal business of the Senate. So I'm sorry, let's see. Let me read that again. After watching his heroic 25-hour-long effort, I say our country would be better off if promoting the values Booker lifted up was the normal business of the Senate. These are not normal times in our nation, Booker insisted at the start of his speech. His rhetoric may have been a response to the growing pressure from Democratic voters to see the officials they elected show resistance to Trump. A recent NBC News poll found almost 2/3 of Democrats, 65%, say they want congressional Democrats to stick to their positions, even if that risks sacrificing bipartisan progress. And just 32% want them to make legislative compromises with Trump. Democrats were at an all-time low in popularity in that survey. Only 27% of registered voters reported having a positive view of the party. Those numbers speak to a maddening thirst for leadership from Democratic political figures. I eagerly await behind the scenes reporting on Booker's reporting on Booker's speech, including how much planning and coordination, if any, there was among Senate Democrats. The third term senator chairs the caucus Strategic Communications Committee, so I would guess he at least gave Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat, New York, a heads up before he took the floor. But when Democrats realized that Booker's speech was a rallying point for a party that has been lacking a guiding star for the last 3 months. But there's a question mark there. But when did Democrats realize that Booker's speech was a rallying point for a party that has been lacking a guiding star for the last 3 months? Because the energy that Democrats were radiating around the time Booker had been speaking for over 20 hours wasn't there when he first took the floor. Booker spent Monday night addressing a mostly empty chamber. But by Tuesday morning, his Democratic colleagues had helped make his protest a team effort. I yield for a question, but retain the floor became a catchphrase of sorts as a parade of his colleagues stepped up to ask him lengthy questions and keep the momentum going. There was no shortage of topics as Booker responded to their prompts with stories of the hardships veteran face thanks to cuts from Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. There were also questions and answers about the economic damage that Trump is causing and expressions of empathy for people who are already struggling to get by and are now being left by Musk and Trump to fend for themselves. The support Booker received from his colleagues made the marathon speech different from previous faux filibusters. When Senator Ted Cruz, Republican Texas, held the floor to protest Obamacare in 2014, his fellow Republicans were confused and infuriated by his one-man stunt that would have no real impact on the debate. Booker's speech wasn't what was once referred to as a gentleman's filibuster, a lengthy speech that doesn't interrupt the Senate's other business. Booker delayed at least one major Trump administration nomination as he spoke. Is Cory cringe or is this refreshing? A colleague messaged me at one point during Booker's speech. The answer, as my colleague immediately noted, is yes. Booker can be the cringiest of senators, which is saying something. Wearing his heart on his sleeve and brandishing an inspiring quote at every possible chance. His lack of cynicism can be off-putting in a time when doomerism is rampant and hope can feel like a lie in the face of harsh reality. But maybe what America needs right now is a little cringe, a recommitment to being genuine and earnest in our desire to help others. And that is just what he gave, genuine and earnest. He really did. The question is whether Democrats can keep this energy going beyond this specific moment. We need to see the party do this when there's an inflection point, that is, when there's a time where Republicans are demanding they move aside and they instead throw themselves up upon the gears of the federal government. It makes little sense to engage in such protests when the stakes are lower and not do so when they're much higher. Booker has wrapped his marathon speech. But if the Senate's Democrats want to show their angry constituents that they're listening, they cannot let the business of the Senate return to the old normal. All right. And that's all that I have. Again, I just wanted to bring a quick update since we did stream the speech on yesterday. or at least a lot of it, over 11 hours of it. So I want to thank you so much for stopping by. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.